So, very good morning and welcome you back in the subject of antenna and wave propagation. We are learning this subject of your third year, semester 6. And in this subject, we are learning the chapter number 2. And that chapter number 2 is nothing but wave propagation. Okay. And in the wave propagation, already we have seen the many theoretical part related to the wave propagation. Today, we will continue the numerical, and these numericals are from referred from your the Dr. Sachin Roykert sir, and this chapter number 2 wave propagation. So we are going to solve simplify the few numerical on the basis of this chapter number 2. This is very important exam point of view. Okay. So start with the 2.8 numerical number 2.8. All of you pay attention. So start with the numerical number 2.8. I hope clearly the screen is visible and I'm audible. So the points on the Earth surface using the HF communication are 1500 kilometer apart. For a single Hope transmission, the critical frequency is 7 megahertz. Calculate the MUF for those points if the spare layer height is 300 kilometers. So theoretical part already we have studied what is mean by the MUF and all, and what is the critical frequency, the height and the distance, all these things. So today we will simplify the numerical on the basis of how we can calculate the multi-usable frequency, how we can calculate the critical frequency, many times maybe the height and the distance and all. Okay. So in all cases, what is given here, the point on the Earth's surface using the HF high frequency communications are 1500 kilometer apart. Means the distance is given as the distance D is denoted D by the D, and that is a 1500 kilometers, whereas your height is nothing but 300 kilometers, which is given in the numerical. Okay, and the critical frequency is nothing but 7 megahertz. So what you need to calculate here, calculate the MUF for those points. Okay, in the which layer, especially I know spare layer is mentioned. So how you can calculate the MUF, which is also denoted as a F0. Okay, usable frequency, and that F0 is nothing but, or many times in a many textbook they refer as a F apostrophe S of MUF. Okay, so is equals to critical frequency root of 1 plus D divided by 2H of bracket of whole square. So already we are aware that is D is nothing but your the distance, and the H is nothing but your the height. You just mention what is given in the distance and what is given in the height. Okay, so as per the application and the parameters which is given, okay, you just mention the points in the formula and substitute and get the answer. So here the critical frequency is 7, 1500 and 600. So in this way you will get as F0 is equals to 18.85 megahertz. All of you calculate yourself and find, cross verify the answer. Okay, calculate with the calci and cross verify the answer with this, whether these two answers are matching or not. To calculate yourself so that the speed will be increased and you will be able to do yourself. Okay, so the answer by the calculator is nothing but 18.854 megahertz. 18.854 megahertz. Okay, I hope you understood. Very simple, and the basic formula is there to calculate the usable multi-usable frequency denoted by F0, which will be equals to the critical frequency root of 1 plus D divided by 2 H. D is the distance, H is the height, FC is nothing but the critical frequency. If you substitute all the points which is given from the numerical, definitely you will be able to calculate the value. Okay, so the latecomers, note on this numerical, the point on the Earth's surface using the HF communications are 1500 kilometers apart. For a single Hope transmission, the critical frequency will be 7 megahertz. Calculate the MUF for those points if the ionosphere layer height is 300 kilometers. So given FC 7 megahertz, height 300 kilometers, D is the 1500 distance kilometers, and you need to find out the F0. That is a maximum usable frequency, or the multi-usable frequency, you can say. Go for the next, that is 2.9, numerical number 2.9. Find the radio horizon of an TV antenna placed at a height of. Find the radio horizon of an TV antenna placed at an height of 166 meter. What is the height of the receiving antenna if the signal is received at a distance of 66 kilometer from the transmitting antenna? So we always keep remember, read twice thrice the numerical fast, what is given, okay, which parameter is given and what expecting from this numerical or what we need to calculate, that is too important. Find the radio horizon of the TV antenna. Okay, the previous application was different, this application is different. Okay, so here we are interested what is given, the distance is important here, the height is important here, the transmitting and receiving. So one thing is given, that is nothing but the distance. Okay, that is 166 meters. Okay, and what is the height of the receiving antenna, HR, that is nothing but R is a receiving and H is nothing but the height of receiving antenna we need to calculate. And furthermore, what they given here, that is nothing but the distance 66 is given, and transmitting height is nothing but 166. Two heights are things are given. D is a distance that is given 66 kilometer, whereas the height of transmitting antenna is nothing but 166. The formula is derived already, we have discussed in the theoretical part. This distance can be calculated 4.12 in bracket root of HT plus root of HR bracket close in kilometers. So here the HT is nothing but the transmitting height of antenna and the receiving height of the antenna. Okay, so transmitting and receiving height of an antenna along with your the 4.12, which is derived, okay, which is calculated from the actual, virtual, all the parameter by considering in the skywave propagation. Already we have studied. Okay, so this D is equals to 4.12 in bracket root of HT plus root of HR in kilometers. Substitute the value of D, that is 66. Substitute the value of HT, that is a root of 166. And what is the unknown parameter here? In this case, that is nothing but the receiving height of the antenna. So the two parameters are known, one is unknown, so you can calculate easily. That is nothing but 3.14. Okay, 3.14. So this is the root term, so just do the squaring term. So 3.14 will be square, so that is nothing but receiving height of the antenna is nothing but 9.858 meters. 9.858 meters. Okay, I hope you have done yourself. Okay, do with the calci. Go for the next numerical now. So very simple numerical. Again, let me explain. You are calculated with the help of the formula, that is nothing but the distance. D is equals to 4.12 root in bracket root of HT plus root of HR in kilometers. Okay, so you can find easily with the help of this formula. Now the go for the next numerical number 3. Okay, even if frequencies what they are asking, let me repeat again, from this, what is the height of the receiving antenna if the signal is received at a distance of, okay, find the radio, fine. So here the height is sufficient, but still if you want to further find the frequency and all, that is also possible. Okay, they submitted the value. After submitting that value, they have received this answer. Just a moment. Okay, so where we were, that is nothing but you are the 9.858. 9.858. Now go for the 2.10. Numerical number 2.10. Next is nothing but numerical number 2.10. 8 and 9 is over. Now go for the numerical number 2.10. Now note down. At Guwahati station, it is observed that the E and the F layer has a critical frequency of 2.5 megahertz and the 8.4 megahertz respectively. Find the maximum electronic concentration of these layers. Okay, what they are saying, particular station, they mention the name because we placed many transmitting and receiving towers at many places. Maybe many station will be there, and for identification, many times they referred the city name and all. So likewise here also they mention the station name, and what they are telling, from that particular place they are observing the two layers, that is nothing but the E and the F layers, and in that the critical frequency they found, that is a 2.5 megahertz. Okay, megahertz is given. that is at the E as well as the at the F. So two critical frequency at the E, that is a 2.5 megahertz, whereas at the F layer the critical frequency will be 8.4 megahertz. And what you need to calculate, you need to calculate, find the maximum electronic concentration of this layer. Okay, so you need to calculate in the both the cases, that is nothing but the electronic densities. Already we know, we are aware the N is nothing but the electronic density. So here the maximum electronic density we need to calculate. So Fc, this is also derived expression of your the critical frequency. Fc is equals to 9 into root of N max. N is nothing but the electron densities. Okay, so here if you are going to remove this root, you will be able to find N max is nothing but the Fc square divided by 81. So now one by one you just calculate for considering the E layer and for considering the F layer. By considering the E layer, you will be able to find Fc is given 2.5 megahertz. Okay, by considering the Fc E layer, at particular E layer, you will be able to find Fc is equals to 2.5 megahertz. The N max is nothing but you are the Fc square. What is the Fc again? 2.5 squaring term. Okay, so this is mega again. So here will be again 10 raised to power will be square divided by 81 will be as it is. So in this way you will be able to find the electronic what we can say the density is nothing but N max 0.77 10 raised to power 11 meter minus cube. Okay, so here again for considering the F layer, so the critical frequency will be here is the problem. See here, all of you pay attention. There is a correction here in this book. So what is that correction? Fc will be changed. Fc for the E layer is 2.5 megahertz, whereas for the F layer it's a 8.4 megahertz. See the correction in the test book. See the correction, all of you. See the correction in the test book. F layer is nothing but 8.4. Okay. So here they mention wrong. That is a 2.5 is not the critical frequency. It will be the 8.4. Substitute the 8.4 into 10 to the power 6 of whole bracket square divided by 81. So you will be able to find 8.711 into 10 to the power 11 meters raised to minus 3. So in this way you can calculate the electronic density. Now go for the 2.11, numerical number 2.11. Numerical number 2.11. So D region has refractive index of the 0.5 and the electronic density N is equals to 400 electron per centimeter minus cube. What is the frequency of wave traveling in this region? So what they mention, they are talking about the which region, that is nothing but ionosphere. In that particular D region is there, and in that D region the refractive index is given, and that refractive index is denoted by mu, and that mu is nothing but 0.5, and the density is given as a 400, and you need to calculate what is the frequency of the wave traveling in that particular region. So we are interested in this case as a frequency, as the two parameters are given. One is nothing but your the index, and second is nothing but your the density. Electronic density is given, and the refractive index is given mu. So these, by considering these given two parameters, we need to calculate one unknown parameter, that is nothing but we are interested here what will be my frequency when the wave will be travel in that particular region. So here the formula related to this one is nothing but mu is equals to root of 1 minus 81 n divided by f square. So if you doing squaring on both the side, so you will be able to find this mu square will be there and this root will remove. So 1 minus 81 n divided by f square will be there, and you can get the f at one side, and you can substitute the other given term already in the numerical at the one side, so that you will find the frequency will be 207.82 kilohertz. I hope you are doing with the calci and you are verifying this answer and you are getting these answers also. Okay, so what is the frequency? 207.82 kilohertz. 207.82 kilohertz. This is the formula. Mu is equals to root of 1 minus 81 n divided by f square. So if you are substituting, you are doing first step is nothing but squaring on both the side. So you can later on second is nothing but substitute the given values and get the unknown value. That unknown value is nothing but the frequency. So thus the frequency of the wave in that particular region is nothing but 207.82 kilohertz. Now go for the next 2.12. Numerical number 2.12. Calculate the frequency of EM wave Traveling in the D region, having the refractive index of 0.5 and the electron density of 3.24 into 10 raised to power 4 electron per meter cube. So here the similar question is there. You need to calculate once again the frequency, and the given values are nothing but again they given the electron density and the other thing is the refractive index, that is nothing but the mu. Okay, only the values are changed, and same similar questions just like your the 2.11. So here also the mu is given 0.5, whereas n is given 3.24 into 10 raised to power 4, and you need to calculate the again the frequency. That frequency is nothing but your the frequency which is used for the wave propagation in the electromagnetic field. Okay, and the particular region, and that region is nothing but the D region. So again you can use here. Again, there is a correction in the formula. So here will be the mu square is equals to root of 1 minus 81 n divided by f square. Okay, so make a correction here. The mu is equals to, or the mu square. Either if you're taking the squaring term, okay. So here mu is equals to root of 1 minus 81 n divided by f square. Later on, you just note on there squaring on both the side, then later on mu square is equals to in bracket 1 minus 81 n divided by f squared likewise. Okay, so here, so in this way you will get the answer as 0.25 at the one side, that is nothing but the mu, then 1 minus this value you can substitute, the finally the frequency you will get as 1870.6 kilohertz, otherwise 1.87 megahertz. Okay, other either you may write in the kilo or the in the megahertz. So 1870.6 in the kilohertz they mention. Okay, go for the next numerical, that is nothing but your 2.13. 2.13. So find the change in the electronic density of the E layer of the critical frequency changes from 4 megahertz to the 1 megahertz between the midday and the night. So here again they segregate. Already we have discussed on the earth. We need to take care about the three things, that is nothing but the daytime in that from the beginning of the day, okay, up till the mid of that, and later on and it will be the night you can consider. So start, mid, and the night. Okay, so given parameter, two critical frequencies given, one is known as 4 megahertz and second is nothing but the 1 megahertz. So if you can denote as that is the critical frequency first and the critical frequency second, fc1 and the fc2. So maximum is the 4 megahertz, then the second is nothing but the initial is nothing but the 1 megahertz, and the final is nothing but the 4 megahertz. With the help of that, what you need to calculate, you need to calculate the electron density, that is nothing but the n, and we are aware from the formula that is nothing but f is equals to 9 root of n max or the nm. Okay, so here twice you can find, or you can combine the equation number 1 and 2. Okay, so how we can separate first, the equation number 1 will be related to the critical frequency 1, and equation number 2 will be related to the critical frequency 2, and later on by adding the equation 1 and 2, you just make it separate. One side will be the frequency and one side will be the density. Okay, so what will happen, fc1 will be equals to 9 into root of nm1. Similarly, in the second case, fc2 is equals to 9 in root of nm2, that is nm is nothing but electronic density, maximum electronic density 1 and the maximum electronic density 2. So likewise you can segregate. So one side will be fc1 minus fc2 is equals to 9 into root of nm1 minus nm2. Likewise you can do yourself. So that you finally you will get as fc1 fc2 is nothing but 4 minus 1, that you can get easily. Okay, and one side you can keep as a that is nm. Okay, so in this way you will get from this is nothing but here will be also the two parameter will be there. Check here, all of you pay attention here. While you are going to calculate in a such a case, there should be two ratios, so that final, because in the critical that graph, if you remember the resonance graph, okay, if we are starting from beginning, that is initial to final and the final to initial, because see here the day to night, or you can say mid, so we need to take care both the side. Okay, from the beginning and the from the night point of view. So here two ratio we are taking, one is as a minus and second is nothing but than the plus. If you are going to do with these two things, so later on by adding these two equation a and the equation b, so you can combine and solving these two equation, you will be fine. First step is nothing but FC1 FC2. Second is nothing but subtraction, that is FC1 minus FC2. You will get one expression. Then FC1 plus FC2 second expression you will get. So in this way, from the FC1 minus FC2, that is a subtraction and the addition, the equation name you can mention as a A and the B. So by adding the above equation, that is nothing but the A and the B you can say. Okay, so 9 will be 18 in the both the cases. A, this 9 and this 9 is becoming 18 and root of n max. Okay, so in this way you can get this one also. Okay, so you can take here the by adding, and by subtracting you can get other value. So see here, by adding the frequency value will be 8 into 10 to the power 6, whereas by subtracting the other value. Okay, so by adding what you are getting 8.10 to the power 6, that critical frequency. Whereas for the subtraction method, if you are going to use in the above case, that is in the B, see here what is going on here. So this equation number A and the equation number B, if you are going these two, okay, if you are adding equation number A as well as the equation number B, so what you will find now see here, the 18 root of nm, that is 8 into 10 to the power 6 is the critical frequency. By adding and by subtracting, you are getting as a 2 into 10 to the power 6. Okay, so you can just by comparing these two, you will be able to find these two will be cut out, and you will get finally the electron density as 1.85 10 to the power 10. Okay, now go for the 2.14, numerical number 2.14. Find the range of the LOS, that is line of sight, of the communication system that uses the receiving and the transmitting antenna of the height 10 meters and 100 meters respectively. I'm going to repeat. Find the range of a LOS of the communication system that uses the receiving and the transmitting antenna of the height 10 meters and 100 meters respectively. Take into the consideration effective earth radius. Okay, so what is given here, they given the height. Okay, and what they are asking us, we need to calculate the LOS. Okay, we need to calculate the LOS. So how we can calculate? So by considering this numerical, you can write here first that theoretical thing is nothing but what is given here. So by taking that effective earth radius into the consideration, so we can tell here the range of the line of the sight is given by, this is the derived already, we have used many times this expression and the formula, that is d is equals to 4.12 in bracket root of ht plus root of hr bracket close in the kilometers. So what is given here, two parameters are given, that is nothing but the height of the antenna, and the second is nothing but the height of the receiving antenna, transmitting as antenna as well as the receiving antenna height. Both the heights are given. One is the transmitting, second is nothing but the receiving antenna height is given. So by substituting these two value of your the HT, root of HT, as well as the by substituting the value of the HR, receiving height of the antenna. So that is nothing but given in the numerical 100 as well as the 10. So you will get, that is nothing but the distance. Okay, you can get that distance. That distance is nothing but, if you are doing with the calc, you can cross verify these answers. Okay, do yourself with the calc and cross verify the answer with the 50 with this answer, that is nothing but 54.22 kilometers. 54.22 kilometers. I hope you are getting these answers. So now go for the next numerical number. So here 2.1614 we have done. 15 is similar to that. We will go for 2.16. 2.15 similar. So we will go for the 2.16. 15 is a similar. Okay. So go the next numerical number 2.16. And communication system, note on this answer. Note on this numerical, and communication system between the moon and the earth is operating at a 3000 megahertz, assuming the distance between the moon and the earth as a 3,84,000, okay, 3,8400 kilometers. Find the basic path loss. Okay, basic path laws. In the last session also we have studied about what is mean by the path laws, what is mean by the multi-usable frequency, what is mean by line of sight and all, what is mean by how we can calculate the virtual height and the other parameter. Theoretical part already we have discussed in the last sessions. Now we are solving the numerical on the basis of that theoretical part. Okay, so what they are asking, the example or the application they have taken as the communication system. In that communication system we are taking as here what we can say communication system. We are considering the application in that moon and earth is operating at the frequency is given and the distance is also given. In that distances, what we need to calculate, we need to calculate the path loss. We need to calculate the path loss. So path loss can be calculated. This is a derived expression. Okay, this is the derived expression. Simply by using this expression we can simplify the numerical. So path loss is equals to 32.45 plus 20 log 10 of f megahertz, 20 log 10 of f megahertz. Okay, f megahertz means the which is the frequency which is given. Okay, and the 20 log of a distance, that is nothing but in the kilohertz. So this is f frequency in the megahertz we are measuring, whereas the distance we are measuring in terms of the kilometers, that is mentioned here. Okay, so in this case, see here how we can simplify. The given parameters are nothing but here the frequency is given 3000 and the distance is given 3.84 thousand. Okay, 3.84 thousand. So just substitute 32.45, 32.45 plus 20 log 10 of what is the frequency, that is nothing but again the 3000, and the 20 log of distance, what is that distance, is nothing but 3.84 thousand. So 32.45 plus if we are doing with the 20 log 10 of this 3000, you will get 69.54. If you are doing with the calci, you will find this answer 20 log 10 of 3000 is nothing but 69.54 plus 20 log 10 of 3.84 thousand, you will get as 111.686. 111.686. So in this way you will get as 213.66 dB. 213.68 dB. Go for 2.17. This is also somewhat a different numerical as compared to the previous one. So N communication system has, just note down, and a communication system at 1000 megahertz consisting of the transmitting antenna of 25 dB gain and the receiving antenna of 20 dB gain. The input power to the transmitting antenna is 150 watt. Calculate the maximum received power at a distance of 10 kilometers over a frequency space. Over a frequency space. So here what they given, many parameters they given. Transmitting antenna of gain is given. So transmitting and receiving gain are given, and you need to calculate the maximum received power at a distance. Distance is also given. You need to find out the maximum received power. So see here, this is a somewhat different numerical in that we are interested to find out the power, and with the having a value of your the what we can say gain. Okay, so what how many gains are they given? The given parameters are nothing but the transmitting gain is 25 dB, receiving gain is a 20 dB, and transmitting power is nothing but 150 watt, and the distance is nothing but the 10 kilometers. Distance is nothing but 10 kilometers. So see here, this is the formula to find out the receiving power. So that is WR. In many of the textbook they referred the P as a for finding the power. Okay, PR or PT. So don't get confused. You either you may use depending upon the author, they are using the notification differently. So always you may note down also here the W is the power, likewise otherwise you may use as a P. So WR divided by WT in terms of the dB, especially we are mentioning GT in terms of the dB, GR in terms of the dB, and minus of your the line of sight. That is also in the what we can say in the dB. That is the line of sight is nothing but in terms of the dB. So what will happen here? The line of sight, the formula is nothing but 32.45 plus 20 log 10 of distance, again the 20 log 10 of the frequency. So already we have calculated this one in the previous session. So in this way we can calculate the LS. So what is given? LS in the dB is nothing but 32.45, 20 log 10 of frequency is given 10 and the other frequency is given, distance is 10 and the frequency is 1000. You can find ls in dB, that is 112.45 dB. Once you got the ls in dB, so you can find here the remaining part. So you can substitute the gt, you can substitute the gr, and you can substitute the value of your the line of sight. Just a minute, huh? Here is the question, that was repeated, huh? So 25 is dB is nothing but the gt, 20 is nothing but the gr, and the line of sight is 112.45. You can substitute here, you will get a minus 67.45 dB. So this is nothing but the wr divided by wt, that is a receiving and the transmitting in terms of the dB. So wr in terms of the dB is equals to, you can find this term. So that is given in the numerical, that transmitting gain, transmitting power is nothing but 150 watt. Okay, so 150 minus 67.45, you will get a 82.55 dB. 82.55 dB. So we have simplified, yes, 7. Now come towards the 8. 2.18. So in the 2.18, a transmitter radiates a transmitter radiates 20 watt of the power at a wavelength of the 4 centimeter. If the transmitting and the receiving antenna have an equal gain of 30 dB, calculate the power received by the antenna at a distance of 100 kilometer. So GTGR is a 30 dB and the distance D is equals to 100 kilometer. Lambda is given 0.04 meter. Okay, the formula is the transmitting power in terms of the dB is equals to 10 log 10 of 20. Okay, 10 log 10 of your the 20 means transmitting power. Okay, 10 log 10. So in this way you can find 10 into this value, so you will get transmitting in terms of the dB. We are going to calculate. Okay, this is given in the watt, we are going to calculate in terms of the dB. So 10 log 10 of that transmitting power, 10 log 10 of transmitting power is the 20. So 10 log 10 of 20. So you will get as a 10 into 1.3 to 13 dB. Frequency F is equals to C by lambda. So 300 divided by 0.04. So 7500 megahertz is the frequency. Line of sight in terms of the dB, again, the formula is the same. That is nothing but you are the 32.45 into 32.45 plus 20 log. What is given again? 100. What is that 100? That is nothing but the D. So 20 log D and the 20 log 10 of F. So substitute the value of distance and the frequency in this formula. That is a line of sight. So you will get as, so calculate yourself with the calci. So you will find the line of sight is nothing but 149.95 dB. Cross verify your answers first. All of you cross verify your answers. So I hope you are getting the answer. So line of sight, you are getting 149.95 dB, and you are, what we can say, the receiving power in terms of the dB is nothing but is equals to, receiving power in terms of dB is equals to the transmitting power in dB plus you are the transmitting gain in the dB plus receiving gain in terms of the dB minus line of sight in terms of dB. See here, we remember, be careful while you are going to simplify the numerical, all are in dB. If one is in the watt, in other is in the other units, not possible. So convert that thing. Okay. And you just get in the one form only, that is in the 1 unit. So here will be the 13. This is the 30 given in the numerical, again the 30 and minus 149.95. So in this way you will get as a minus 76.95 dB. So 10 log 10, again you are going to convert in terms of the watt, because at initial they given in the watt. Okay, transmitting they given in the watt. So how you can do, you can do here whatever you are getting divided by 10, you are getting minus 76.95. See here, the transmitting power is in the watt, the receiving power must be also can be calculated in the watt. 76.95 divided by 10, so you will get minus 7.696. So by taking anti